This is fucking bulletproof. It has never failed me. It has never fucking failed me. Today, I'm going to be teaching you guys my tips on how to move on. They are harsh, extreme, severe, cutthroat tips that I need you to follow and abide by for you to actually have any chance of fully moving on and letting go from this person. Hi, my name is Eden Lee Middleman. I am a certified dating and sex coach and your favorite host here at E-Erotic the Brand, a YouTube podcast and online blog. I also offer services, and I don't talk about them a lot because I feel like bad plugging myself, but I do coaching services as well, online, Zoom, text, email, all that stuff. There is a sign up process and I don't take on everybody. I'm very selective with who I take on because it has to be a good match. And I pride myself on ensuring that I'm offering the best to people that genuinely want the best. So that will all be linked down below for more information. I have been through my fair share of breakups in my lifetime. All of the things I talk about are based off of experiences. I don't like to talk out of my ass unless I've experienced it, unless I have some grounds to talk on it. And I am the master of moving the fuck on. And no, it's not because I'm a cold-hearted bitch, contrary to popular belief. It is because I actually figured out what genuinely works best. And first and foremost, self-discipline. Being disciplined with yourself, okay? Everything I'm going to tell you requires you to really put your big girl, big boy pants on and not give in to temptation, weak moments, sad moments. And I'm going to give you a formula as well on how to overcome those weak moments when you feel like, oh my God, I'm going to text them. Oh my God, I need to text them. Oh my God, I'm this. Oh my God, I'm that. I'm feeling lonely. I'm feeling sad. All that shit. Okay? We're going to work through that. First step with moving on, you guys have heard me talk about this several hundred fucking times, and everyone will tell you this: delete, block, mute, get rid of them. They should have no way of contacting you to ruin your healing process, which oftentimes a lot of sneaky little motherfucking exes do. They should not be contacting you. If they send you something in the mail, burn it, throw it out, do not open it. You need to move on. You need to be 100% ready for that. You cannot sit there and say, well, I wonder, well, maybe they've changed. No, a lot of times people don't change, especially after a short period of time. This is not what this video is about. It is about you finally saying, I want to move on. I need to move on. This person isn't good for me. This person isn't my person. I'm going to get the fuck over them. That means you need to cut all ties of communication. There should be no way of them communicating. I want you to go through your phone. I don't want you to be like, oh my God, I forgot that I had them on Snapchat. Like, no, you didn't, bitch. No, you didn't. Okay. It's time to really fucking cleanse your entire phone. I want you to block them. And the only reason why you're not blocking them is because you want them to have access to you. You want to get that message of, oh my God, I fucked up. Like, obviously they did. Like, babe, what's it going to do to you? What's it going to do to you? You want to give them a second shot to hurt you again? No, don't be stupid. It has to be clean the fuck cut. All of my breakups, almost all of them, were clean as fuck. Like, burnt all the bridges, gone, donezo. Do not want to speak about you. Do not want to see you. Don't care. Been blocked for years. Have I ever unblocked an ex? No, bitch. Will never. I don't even care if that was 10 years ago. I don't need people that were in my past or that are now in my past to come back into my present or future. It is irrelevant. What's done is done. I let things go. And you know why? Because I don't believe that there is a shortage of people on this goddamn planet. And I believe that the right person for me will not pass me by. And I won't have to be in a predicament where I have to block them. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you start to think of things that way, let go of things a little bit more, have a healthier mindset, this won't be as difficult. It'll just make sense. So once you've deleted them, their friends, their mothers, their sisters, their brothers, even if you're on good terms with them, you don't need that. And let people say what they want. If they're like, oh my God, she's hurt. Oh my God, she's this. Like, bitch, think what you want. I'm just mature. I don't need to keep tabs on you. I don't need to see you. I don't need it to bother me if I do have a moment of weakness. We're human beings. Like, you know, we can pretend like we're cold-hearted and like, oh my gosh, shit doesn't affect me, and like post on Instagram to get attention, whatever. Like, at the end of the day, I'm like, bitch, I've done that. Bitch, I've been there. I'm not going to lie to you, right? But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what people think. As long as you're on your healing journey and you're doing what needs to be done to help, you're good. Second step, I want you to have a week to 2 weeks of mourning the loss. Okay. A lot of us jump right back out there. We don't want to be in a funk. We don't want to experience the sad emotions, you know, going through that. It is the most uncomfortable, painful experience ever. And I get it. But here's the thing. Get it over with now so that it does not drag on down the line. You might think you're good because you're out and you're drinking and you're fucking around and you're with your friends and you're doing things you couldn't do when you were dating and all that stuff. And you think it's like a whole new world. Oh my God, why did I ever need to date? I will never date again. Like all of that nonsense. What happens is you're suppressing, and you're, what I like to say is self-medicating, feeding yourself distractions so that you don't have to face the reality of things. And when you're home alone, it hits you like a fucking pile of bricks. And those pile of bricks will only stack on and become heavier and heavier as time goes on, because you have not actually dealt with the first layer, then the second layer, then the third layer, and done. We're over it. You're barely taking care of yourself. You're barely honoring your feelings, honoring the experiences you just went through, the good and the bad, right? And when we sit there and we go through these things, people ask me like, you know, how do I go through these things? Like, am I supposed to cry? Am I supposed to like lose my mind? I don't want to lose my mind. You have to be in a safe space. You're home somewhere private, or maybe even with one friend that you trust, and vent and cry it out and talk about it and journal and make a video. You know, don't post it. Just, you know, vent it out. Take it out, talk to yourself, like just do these things so that you can actually hear in your own words what you feel. Because sometimes we actually get lost in translation with what we feel and what actually comes out of our mouths. It requires your brain to process your emotions and then create words. In order for the brain to do that, it has to make sense. A lot of feelings don't make sense. We choose to give them meaning. And so when we're talking, we start to fill in the gaps of, okay, I thought I felt, you know, really emotional about this, but turns out I'm just hurt because I'm betrayed. Or like, you know, you start to learn more about yourself. So don't keep it inside. That's why 2 weeks, I think, is a good amount of time to veg out, a week and a half, whatever, to cry about it, to journal about it, to let all of that out. And then I want you to hit the town. And I want you to hit the town in a mindful, meaningful way. I'm not going to say that I haven't had a few sloppy nights and, you know, did some stuff, all right, and had my fun in that regard. But there's also intentional fun. So I'm not saying, you know, having sex with a new partner is off the table. If that's what you feel like you need or want to do, then you can do it. But don't do it as a distraction. And when you give yourself that buffer time of mourning and just letting the initial heavy thoughts and feelings off of your chest, and to kind of ruminate and settle, then when you go out and do that, you'll be a little bit smarter, and you're not going to be doing that to drown out the noise. You're not going to have like an emotional mental breakdown when you're having sex with somebody new or talking to somebody new. It's still a possibility, of course, and keep in mind, the longer you were in touch with this person, the longer you were in a relationship with this person or friendship with this person, the harder it'll be to move on, just because of the length of time. Time actually does affect how quickly you move on from somebody. And, you know, there is a statistic, I'll try and find it somewhere, that I did read a while ago, where it takes like triple or double the amount of time of you being with them to actually fully move on from them. And the 2-week period is not you moving on and that's it. This is a whole journey. Everybody is different. Everybody's experiences with the said person is different. Sometimes you realize that you attach yourself to them and it was a very unhealthy attachment. It was a codependency that was there. All of these things that you need to then unwire and unlearn and take care of yourself and heal from. There could be traumas, all kinds of things. And based off of that, the severity and whatever else was involved, obviously is going to take a little bit longer. And I'm going to take a pause with what I was going at. If you have gone through trauma and if you have gone through, you know, things that are really hard to cope with and you do not have the tools for, go seek a professional therapist, psychologist. They're trained to help you with this. It has saved my life in the past through certain situations and circumstances in and out of relationships. And so I'm a big advocate on that. Going back out there is super important because you don't want to sit in your own shit for too long. Humans get comfortable in routine. Humans get comfortable sitting in their own shit rather than going out into the unknown, because it's a lot easier for you to predict how you're going to feel from day to day when you've been doing the same things than if you change up what you've been doing. So you've been mourning this relationship and friendship. You've kind of tried to cleanse yourself out of all those initial feelings. Going out is important to change the dynamic of your life, the environment, and get you back out there so that you don't shelter yourself and sit in the little fucking dark hole under a rock, you know, and then never date again and never experience that. Move on from your childish like behaviors of being like, I'm never dating anyone again, I'm so hurt. Like, that is the name and game of fucking life and love, baby. If you are going to be worried about getting hurt in life and love, you're on the wrong planet. Stop being a little child. Shit will be hard in life. You need to be able to deal with it. This will teach you things. This will teach you skills that will help you in the future for other heartbreaks, because there will be other heartbreaks. There will be. And I'm not saying necessarily in a relationship, but in other areas of your life. Unfortunately, that's how it is. We can't sit there and mope and be like, oh my God, life is so, you know, and have this fucking existential fucking crisis. Like, you snap out of it, babe. Okay, snap out of it. We're all on the same journey. We've all been through the same journey. We got this. It's possible to move on. I'm living, breathing fucking proof from sexual trauma, from physical violence, from abusive relationships, from good relationships, from bad relationships. I mean, you fucking name it. You know, I've been through a fair share of that shit. And here I am today, strong as fucking hell because of those experiences and because I chose to heal, because I did not fucking, distract myself with a million and one things. I actually did the work that needed to be done. And that is why literally try and break my heart, bitch. Try and break my heart. I have feelings. Obviously, I went through a, traumatic breakup of cheating and things like that. And I have to say it was one of the easiest breakups I've ever been through just because I was aware of my worth. I knew what needed to be done. I followed the steps that I'm giving you, and it has never failed me. It has never fucking failed me. So once you go out and you do your thing, I want you to go back into your day-to-day routine. I want you to be busy, okay? That doesn't mean work yourself to the ground. I want you to find hobbies. I want you to find a project. I want you to find a passion. Oftentimes, the reason why we have moments of fucking weaknesses is because we are sitting on our asses doing nothing. Because we used to spend all of our free time with our partner, that now we have all this free time that we don't know what to do with. You need to find ways to entertain yourself. You need to find ways on your own, right? It's not always just going out and meeting with friends. Like, you have to have limitations, right? You don't want to be like a fucking club rat. I'm sorry. And it's not a cute look. It never has been a cute look. You won't find your husband or your girlfriend at the club, baby. Like, really, you're not the exception to the rule. Let's just wake up a little bit. Have your fun from time to time, a weekend or two, but spend the rest of your fucking precious free time that you are lucky to have doing things that will benefit you. I picked up a like hot yoga thing. It's not hot yoga, bitch. It's like military fucking drills in a hot infrared room, which is insane. Best thing I ever did. I'm obsessed with it. I wake up every morning and I fucking go to that class and I feel good as hell. I hate waking up in the morning. I hate getting there. I hate sometimes being in that fucking class, but afterwards I'm so goddamn thankful. It keeps my days aligned. It keeps my days structured. It keeps my days busy. I've been journaling. I've been reading a lot. I've been forcing myself to do these things to the point where I actually then look forward to them. That's discipline. So when you actually force yourself to do things that are good and like really be severe, be like, bitch, you have to do this today. You have to. It's life or death for you. You have to do this. When you do it, afterwards, you'll reap the benefits of it. Okay? Pick up a fucking class to go to, art, a project, a side hustle. Keep yourself busy. And babe, the best, and I'm not trying to like channel that energy, but the best revenge to a breakup is your glow up. And it's not stunting on Instagram. If anything, I would say go ghost. It's the best. It drives them insane. We'll talk about that. If you want to play a little toxic healthy moment with me, we can do that if you want. Keep it silent. Work in private. And then when you pop up, you pop up. Do you know what I mean? That's how it should be. Focus on yourself. Use that anger or discomfort or whatever. Put it into something that will benefit you. And that is your biggest homework from this video, is to go and find something that intrigues you. This is an exciting journey. This really, really fucking is. Okay, if you made it to this point of the video, I have my 4 tried and true, okay? And I want you to write these down and I want you to practice this. This is fucking bulletproof. These 4 steps will prevent you from acting impulsively in moments of weakness. So throughout the breakup, even if you've gone through, your month, 2-month checkpoint, and you're up and down, you have good and bad days, which by the way is completely normal. As long as you pull through and you don't resort to negative, bad things, you choose healthier alternatives, right? You reach out to a friend when you're going through shit. You don't always party and fuck random people for no reason, because at the end of the day, you're going to feel worse about yourself. You actually mourn and feel and talk to yourself and understand why you feel the way you feel, that you block them, all this stuff. But you'll still have good and bad days, right? That's just the nature of being human. That is the nature of breakups and moving on. It's going to be up and down constantly until the ups and downs aren't as severe, right? So I want you to think about it this way. The point isn't to just be on a steady incline. The point here is to make the drastic downs less drastic. Doesn't that make you feel a little bit more comfortable? The point shouldn't be to always be, oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm living my best life. Like, yeah, my single life. Like, oh my God, like, relax, okay? It's not realistic and it's not sustainable long term. I'm all about sustainability long term, okay? And that, not sustainable. So we just want to make sure that the dips of how low, when you get into your freak out moments and you miss them and you get lonely and you want to text them, aren't as severe anymore. Right? And that's by constantly choosing better alternatives so that you raise, the dips from this low to, okay, I feel a little bit better. Okay, I actually know what to do this time. Oh, okay. The urge isn't as strong. Oh, okay. As more time goes by, I realize I don't really give that much of a fuck anymore. I'm doing good. I'm better. I'm comfortable in my own space. I'm comfortable with myself. You see how the down dips are not as severe. These 4 steps will help you with that. These 4 steps will help you with building a threshold in moments of impulsivity, when your emotions are driving you, when emotions are so hard and heavy and loud that you feel like you can't think through them. This will give you a pause and will always make you feel better. Step number 1, I want you to ask yourself one question. Would the highest version of me do this in this moment? So that could mean, would the highest version of me, the best version, the person I envision myself to be, the best version of me, would he or she text them right now? No. End of story. Step 1's done and over with. Wasn't that easy? Congrats. You finished your step 1. 2 seconds. And all these steps are non-frilly, not difficult, we're not making kombucha matcha, fucking Terra TikTok, abracadabra. We're not doing any of that stuff. We're doing simple, tangible things that you can do in the moment at any point. Number 2, after you've done that, I want you to go nibble on something. Eat something small. Have you eaten today? Are you hydrated? Did you drink a glass of water, bitch? I don't think so. Those cups of coffee do not hydrate you, okay? Take a sip of water, a glass of water right now. Chug it. I want you to take a little snack, something healthy, an apple, a fucking, I don't know, cheese, crackers, whatever the fuck, nuts, nibble. Just something small, okay? After you've done that, I want you to go masturbate. Yes, step number 3, masturbation station, baby. A lot of times we feel impulsive because we feel lonely and our emotions are heightened and we need some sort of release. Now, masturbating is extremely healthy for you to do. It's important, okay? It's important. It's normal. Let's not get weird about this, okay? The porn that is involved in masturbating makes masturbation an unhealthy habit, right? Masturbating is a great way to connect with your physical body. And this is important too when you're going through a breakup, because a lot of us just look for the physical touch of somebody else to make us feel, good or whole or whatever. This is a way of you reconnecting with yourself. Okay. It's a spiritual thing. It's also a physical thing. It's also just fucking coming. All right. Like, it is what it is. And when you release that and when you experience that, you feel calm and you have clarity, right? We call it the post-nut clarity. After you come, you're normally like, wake up to your senses. This is kind of like a slap in the face, but like a nice sexual, great slap in the face. Once you're done, you'll feel a little bit more calm and less fixated on the problem, and it's not going to seem as heavy or as anxiety ridden as it once did a few seconds ago. Then, final step, take a nap. Close your eyes. 15, 20, half an hour. And I guarantee you, once you are done all these 4 steps, once you wake up, you're going to feel less shitty. I'm not going to sell you on this and tell you that it's going to solve all your problems, that, reality won't be waiting for you on the other end of these 4 steps, that you're going to feel 100% better and you're going to forget about them and you're going to be completely moved on. No, that's obviously not what the fuck I'm saying for those that are like, have no critical thinking skills and are annoying as hell in the comments. That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying here is this will, again, improve and broaden and widen the threshold between the way you feel and your reaction to it. Okay? We're building that because right now it's this. You feel something, you react to it. You feel sad and lonely, you text them. You are anxious, you do something stupid about it. It's teaching us to pause. It's a very hard skill in our day and age when things are so instant gratification, a click of a button, Uber Eats, this and that. I want something, I get it, I want it, I got it. Fucking Ariana Grande, whatever the fuck her song is about. Like shit like that. That's literally our mentality nowadays. We're spoiled, we're kids, we want something now. If we don't get it now, we lose our fucking minds. Because we have not been taught to think before we do, and we just act. The next day we're like, why the fuck did I do that? I was just healing. Now there's just more drama. I found out more shit that I just did not need to know, that I do not need to experience right now. Do not let anyone take you off of your healing, moving on journey. There will be people that will try to come back into your life. You need to put your foot down and say no. This is a test from the universe. You have to understand that. And this 4-step system builds your threshold, allows you to pause and think before you do anything. Double check, reconfirm. It might even change the way your mind thinks after you've done these 4 steps. Your mindset might shift entirely It might literally save your fucking life from doing stupid shit. And I'm not saying you have to do all the 4 steps, do little variations of it. I like to throw in a journal prompt from time to time if I have time. Instead of masturbating, if I'm in public somewhere, I'll like write in my notes on my phone, or I'll take out a pen and paper and just like literally give myself the 3rd degree. Like I will ask myself questions about why I feel the way that I do. Why are you freaking out? But what's the point? But what's this going to do? Is this going to help you? Is messaging going to help you? Are you going to hate yourself tomorrow about it? Probably. Okay, well, I'm not doing that. Okay, what would the highest version of you want? This, this, and this. Okay, so then would she do this? No. Okay, so then why do I want to do this? Because I'm having a moment of weakness. I'm giving myself the 3rd degree. This is so important. This is a really good skill set to have. Be hard on yourself when it benefits you to be hard on yourself. Yeah, there's so many people out here that are trying to sell you guys like, never be hard on yourself, like love yourself so much. Like it gets to the point where it's toxic positivity. It gets to the point where you literally never change. You're the same shit. You do the same stuff and you wonder why your life isn't improving. It's because you're way too soft with yourself. We need to be disciplined and hard with ourselves so that we can create positive change, right? We're not shitting ourselves being like, I'm ugly and I'm a piece of shit and I'm this. And it's not putting yourself down. It's checking yourself, right? Just like your bestest friend checks you. I mean, I hope they do to a degree. You need to be able to do that for yourself. You're your own goddamn best friend. You're your own goddamn fucking best lover. You are your only person for the rest of your goddamn life. So you need to learn how to do this. Moving on is not easy, no matter what anyone tells you. They can sell you an ebook online all they fucking want. 700 steps on how to move on. The reality is, it is not a straight incline. It is not daisies and rainbows. It is not about going out and partying and seeking revenge. That means you're still hurt. That means you're just doing things in spite. That doesn't mean that you're healing. That doesn't mean that's going to do anything for you. You might feel better in the moment. Long term, it's only prolonging your healing stage. So if you rather, I mean, I sometimes look at it this way. Like, do I want to like spend 2-3 months like feeling like shit, but then after that be done? Or do I want to like drag this on for a few years into my other relationships and self-sabotage and be fucking miserable and stupid and, you know, I mean, you pick, right? Sometimes it's important to think about the hurt that they've done. Sometimes it's important to think about, you know, why they're not meant for you if you're having that moment. And this is the advice that a lot of people give, but I don't like to think about that too much. I like to be like, you know what? If it was meant to be, it would be. It ended for a reason. I'm going to trust. It's something about letting go and not being fascinated about how it could have been, why it was. Would I get back with them? Like these questions that make you ponder and actually stay in the past. I don't like to give that as advice because I don't actually think it's as beneficial as people like to sell it out to be. Think less of that. Just appreciate that it was done. Appreciate the moments you did have. And try and just look at things right now in the moment. How am I going to deal with the next wave of emotions? Stop focusing on that. Okay, stop. If it helps you to, you know, get mad at them by thinking of how shitty they are, then great, but you're just harboring negative emotions internally, and that is not the healthiest if you don't know how to channel that and release that properly. I'm trying to let go. Like, I'm not carrying nothing. You did what you did. That's on you. Karma will be your fucking biggest enemy. I don't have to do anything for that to happen. I don't need to seek revenge. I will drop you, and that will make them lose their mind even more when they don't hear from you, when they have no idea what you're up to, when you're not getting back at them like every other angry ex because they actually have feelings for them. That's why they do that and behave that way. You know what I'm talking about. Don't play dumb. I hope this helped you guys. I'm here. I love you. Write in the comments. Let's share our feelings, thoughts, anything else that has helped you move on from these harder, more difficult moments so that we can spread that information to the community so that other people who are going through this tough journey right now has other things that they can read, look to, connect with. It's very important. I want you to know that you're not alone. I've been through my fair share of fucking dirty, nasty, messy breakups, but these steps have truly saved me and allowed me to always move on, feeling lighter and happier and healthier. And I'll tell you, every single time I've done that and stuck to my guns and was very disciplined with myself, I always was able to look back and be like, wow, I'm so thankful. And I know exactly why that person was not for me. And there's always somebody better that ends up walking into my life. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. It really means so much to me that you guys are supporting me. I have so many videos coming. Don't forget to rate this podcast 5 large and in charge stars. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I'm sending you all of my love, and we'll see you back here very soon.